Hello, and welcome back to It's Wednesday, That's Why, a podcast made to inspire people by learning from other people's stories, understanding what drives them, and what inspires them to do what they never thought was possible. Today is a very special podcast. This is our first podcast outside of Toronto. I'm actually in India right now, and I'm sitting next to the man known as Priyanshu Agarwal, also aka Paddy, who is a cousin of mine, one of my first friends in life. We've been together since the time he was born, and he's the managing director of Manu Maharani Resorts, and also a guy who just got married 5 days ago, because of which I actually came to India this time. Hi, Paggy. How are you today?
Oh, I'm good, Abhinav. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for accepting. I've been meaning to have this conversation with you for a long time.
I don't think it was thanks for accepting. It was more like, dude, you have to record the podcast. So actually, I'm here under duress. Abhinav's younger brothers here pointing guns at me, saying that you have to record the podcast, I suppose. Well, all's fine. First
Well,
of all,
those are jokes. Actually, there are no actual guns in the
no,
podcast.
I'm very scared, dude. First of all, congratulations to Mr. Abhinav Jindal on being rockified. My man's getting married soon, and many congratulations
Thank you,
to you
man.
as well. So he came here to get his best friend come cousin married, and he's going back with a fiance. So I think that is something to look forward to.
Definitely, it is.
Yeah.
I'm very excited. So, tell a little bit about Manu Maharani Resorts.
Okay, so
And because our viewers are mostly located in Canada, also please mention where it is located and tell us a little bit about Jim Corbett as well.
I'm sure if you are his viewer, you do know that Abhinav belongs to Ramnagar, a beautiful town near the Jim Corbett National Park.
Yes.
It is one of the largest tiger reserves in Asia, and we have had the fortune of being the proud stakeholders of the Manu Maharani Resort and Spa that is located within the heart of the village Dhikuli. That is where all the posh properties of Jim Corbett are situated there. So we've been there for Manu Maharani has actually been there for quite a while. It is one of the oldest properties there, but we've acquired it very recently. It is a beautiful property spread over 12 acres. We have an inventory of 50 rooms, one of the best panoramic views of the river Kosi that the city has to offer. And yes, I believe the hospitality industry was something that we were wishing to get into for a very long time. I'm very fortunate that my parents found me capable enough to handle that wing of our business. And it's been, a smooth ride as of now for the past 7 months. That's all I
So,
can say.
there's a there's a very diversified portfolio of your family business.
Yeah.
And you could have chosen so many different areas to work on. I want to understand what inspired you to go for a resort and what drives you to work for the resort every day.
See, like, obviously, you know my family very well would also be an understatement because Abhinav knows me through everything, through thick and thin. He's been there. So the nature of my family has always been to serve. Whenever we have guests over or we have anything, we try to provide them an experience that hasn't been given to them earlier.
Yeah.
So that was something I was fascinated by, like all my childhood. And I have also been a lot into public speaking, and I like interacting with a lot of new people. So I thought this is one stepping stone wherein I can fulfill my desire of meeting new people also, and I can also serve people better.
Yeah.
And on the added side, gain some money out of it.
Why not?
Why not?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, what you've done with Manu Marani is very good. And the kind of service that you provide, I often see and follow you guys on social media. I've also been to the property, and the kind of experience you provide is really amazing. What drives you to walk the extra mile to, motivate your staff and say, okay, we are gonna do what nobody else is doing, or we are gonna surpass the surpass the status quo by delivering more and adding to the experience of the guests?
I'll tell you something. I have been able to visit a lot of good, elite properties all over India, or I would say all over the world, to many countries, and I've always had a very different experience everywhere. Hospitality is something that I believe if a person, I'm not talking in dollars, I'm talking in Indian rupee. If a person is paying, suppose even 2,000 bucks for a room, or he's paying 20,000 bucks for a room, he thinks that I am, he has that feel that I am now the owner of this room for the next
100%.
So I always believe if somebody is coming in and he is giving me the responsibility of his, maybe a family holiday or maybe his wedding, so it is my duty to provide to them the best experience possible. It is my duty that they do not have to, even move a finger. I want, if you're coming here for a destination wedding, you're traveling all the way from Delhi, or some people come from Mumbai, anywhere, or any part of India, you're traveling all the way here and you want to, celebrate your big day with us, then it is, the onus is upon us to make the big day possible. So if there was something you would ask me that drives me or inspires me, I would be very blunt and say it's money. So yeah, so that is what we all strive for. If you're working, yes, philanthropy and everything, everybody has a great mindset, but at the end of the day, you're working for the good bucks.
100%.
So
What is business without that?
What is
That's the purpose of doing business.
Yeah, that's the purpose of doing business. So the factor that drives me is that suppose I'm selling a room today at the rate of maybe 10,000.
Yeah.
What drives me is that within the next 2 months I want to sell it at 12. Within the
Yes.
next 2 years I want to sell it at 20. Within
Yes.
5 years I want to sell 2 hotels, 3 hotels, 4 hotels.
Yes.
So that is what drives me. I think my need and my desire is expansion.
Yes.
Expansion in terms of turnovers, expansion in terms of the number of properties that I'm managing. So expansion would be a driving factor for me.
And that, guys, is what I call a true business mindset. Like that is the kind of mindset that successful entrepreneurs have. That growth mindset that is constantly working towards growth and thinking about expansion, and again challenging that status quo to surpass and grow in a tremendous way. That's amazing, and to also have that vision. What makes Paggy Paggy?
Oh, that is a very unique question. So I was nicknamed Paggy back in 2006 when I was in class 3. One of my teachers, it was just some joke or something, and she called me Pag. And from there, you know how children are at that age of 8, 9, 10, they just like they're out to tease you. So Pag became Paggy, became Paggy.
No, that's fine.
So that is how I got nicknamed
But
Paggy.
what I'm trying to understand is who is the person?
Who is the person? The person is somebody who loves to, have fun in every situation. I mean, I think being named Paggy was a very influential part of my life where it changed me from a serious person to a party person. And you, dude, you know how we party. This guy has also been a very big influence. He's taught me how to party. To be honest, it's Abhinav Jindal. I can like name him. Ki, haan, Abhinav Jindal is the person who's introduced me to the culture of to many different cultures, to suffice it,
Yes.
to keep the episode family friendly, I would say. So, yeah. So what makes Paggy Paggy is his drive and his will to be happy in any situation, to have fun. Like whenever I am with my cousins or friends. So, and one more thing, what makes Paggy is his need to have the constant attention and to be the number one wherever he is. Like I always told my wife Vanshika, like as soon as we got at the first time we met, in fact, I told her this, and I told her this throughout our courtship, that I want to be a person and I want my partner to be such a person that whenever we walk into a room, people want to meet us, people want to greet us. They want, like, the power couple, as they say.
Yeah.
So I always wanted to be that power couple. So I think being Paggy is the desire to be that power couple or the power person, per
Yeah.
se.
So it's so important to have fun in anything that we do or in all situations. I think it's absolutely important. Now, what are some ways that you make your work fun? And I ask this question because there's so many people out there who are stressed out constantly at work, and especially founders and entrepreneurs are burnt out. They're exhausted. They are overwhelmed with work and they're stressed out. And I, as a person, so much believe that, and we are constantly at CYDIR also constantly working towards making work fun. How can we make it more fun, more enjoyable? What are some tips you would like to
See,
share?
in this perspective, like I can say from my point of view, like I have been working for what now 1.5, 2 years, and over the past 6 months I've been working a bit more independently as compared to
Yeah.
the last 2 years, because I was working with dad, I was working with my uncles, and also with them, it was still a little bit stringent. But what I have experienced is that to make work fun, you need to be fun, right? Like,
Yeah.
I am at the liberty, like earlier it wasn't such, but like now I am at the liberty. Yeah, I'm feeling hungry. I'll just call up the chef, like, whip something up for me.
Yeah, yeah.
And sometimes what I do is there's a party going on at the resort, and the DJ is on and everything. So I usually mingle with guests. So
Yes.
whip out a few steps or something like that. I try to find joy in small things. That is how I make work fun, I suppose. I keep on joking with my staff also at times, with my managers and everything. So I keep it, work friendly. I keep it very light. There have been odd days wherein I'm flummoxed by the work that is being done. We're not meeting targets, so a guest is complaining or something. So I make it very clear to them, and these guys know ki yeah, sir is not in a good mood today. So let's just keep it. Let's just be on our best behavior and everything. But other than that, working in the hospitality industry, I found is fun in itself.
100%, man. I know
I'm
that
sure
from
you
experience.
know
Oh yes,
that
so
you
fun.
know that. So, and because you are constantly working and coming up with new things,
Yes.
I have my managers coming up and telling me that, sir, this resort is doing this is doing that. So you have to find unique things. You have to find different ideas that you can float into market. And there are times wherein those ideas click with the public. Sometimes they don't.
Yes.
So this process of finding new marketing strategies, I would say, has also been a very big factor behind work being fun.
Yes.
Because you can put on your thinking caps and get innovative.
And it's not doing the same thing again and like having those boring repetitive tasks. What does being an entrepreneur mean to
Run behind money.
you?
Yeah, to see, it is. I might sound rude or shrewd when I say this. Being an entrepreneur,
I think it's a perspective. I don't think
it is my
it's rude
perspective.
I think it's a
Being an
perspective.
entrepreneur, obviously, you have a lot of responsibilities. Today, my family has 500,000 people working under them. So we have the responsibility of feeding 500, 1,000
Yes.
families. That is also something that we need to look after. So being an entrepreneur obviously means that you have to run behind money, but do not do it with the sole objective of money.
Yes.
Do it for the welfare of the people who are, whom you are providing for also.
100%.
Being an entrepreneur means you have to be socially responsible as well.
Yeah.
You just cannot, say, get lost or something like
100%.
I'm not using foul language even though I wanted to. So
Go ahead.
for
Actually,
me, for me, being an entrepreneur means run behind money, but also be socially responsible and also stand up towards the responsibilities of maybe your staff, your family, and get to work.
Anything else you would want to share with the audience today?
I would like to share a lot of things. I am done with this work talk now. Let's talk to Mr. Jindal. So, how are you feeling?
I'm always excited and energized and pumped up.
Yeah, I
Because
know
why
that,
not?
but there, because why not? But there are, there has been a very, very, very big change in the way you see life now. You're responsible not only for yourself, but for one more person. Palak, welcome to the family if you're watching this. So, how are you feeling when you take in the fact that you are engaged now?
Man, I'm excited. Otherwise, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that is no, it gets sometimes gets a bit awkward and all. Yeah. Even though people are looking at us, I'm like, okay, people are gonna watch us. They're gonna
Yeah.
judge us. So
Well, it gets easier over time. Like I've done so many videos, so I'm being more
obviously,
comfortable.
I keep on
But
watching
you're
you.
actually doing great. And this guy, guys, is an amazing actor, by the way. He's won numerous awards in his school. And which was that prestigious award that you won on acting?
I have had the privilege of studying from Sherwood College, Nainital. It is one of the most prestigious schools that this country has to offer, and it is also the alma mater of the Honorable Mr. Amitabh Bachchan. I think Times Magazine or one of the magazines named him the actor of the century, Sadiq Mahanayak, and he's one of the greatest actors on this planet.
Definitely.
So there is an award inducted in his name. It is called the Bachchan Patra, that is given to the best actor at a school. So by God's grace, I was talented enough that the school board found me capable of lifting that award. So I have received the Bachchan Patra as well. Acting was also, I've been a stage guy, but put me up on stage and get me talking. I can do that. So acting has also been a big influence in my life, I would say. And yeah, that is that.
Yeah, nice. Cool, man. Thank you so much for being here. I totally appreciate it. It was a fun conversation for sure.
Of course.
Always good to chat with you, man. Like always. Thank you everyone for watching here
all
today.
the viewers, I'm just telling you, this is a very formal Abhinav. I have seen this Abhinav for the first time. This dude, he doesn't talk straight and he doesn't talk without abusing also. So you're seeing, I don't know, he's deceiving people in Canada with all of this. He's a very cool and this kind of guy with us. Okay, he's showing me eyes, guys. I can't say more.
But my friends know me that way in Canada as well.
Yeah,
But
this
it's a
is
formal
a form
podcast.
because
So
obviously he's representing CYDIR and everything, so I think he's to be formal here. But it was great chatting with you, man.
Thank you, bro.
And it was
Always
so much fun. And yeah, thank you guys.
thank you so much for watching here. Stay tuned. I will see you next Wednesday.